Last week on our coverage of the $500,000 Ultimate Bowls Championship, the Port Melbourne Borough Boys produced a stunning semi-final victory over the Broadbeach Bulls.
And it is going to be big weight here. Nathan Wilson, he's in the area. Has he got the result? He has got the result.
The Borough Boys advance to the final. Today, we present comprehensive coverage of semi-final number 2 between Team Exodas and Dandenong Club. Several of the world's best players will feature in a battle for bowl supremacy. Plus, we have a light-hearted chat with Natasha Scott and Lisa Phillips. What's your favourite food?
Cheese and bacon rolls.
Really?
Yep.
As an elite athlete, I find that not that healthy.
Look, it's not about how healthy it is, it's just about how good it is.
Welcome to the Moama Bowling Club for the third and final round of the Ultimate Bowls events. Our coverage proudly presented by Ryman Healthcare, Sports Centre, Aero Bowls and the Moama Bowling Club.
It's a pleasure to have your company as our coverage of the Ultimate Bowls Championship continues here at the Moama Bowling Club. Joining me now is Barrie Lester. Barrie, talk to me about the Dandenong Club and what has made your combination work this year.
Yeah, one of the key things we always spoke about at the start of the event was trusting each other and really backing each other's calls. So we do that and we have a lot of fun doing it. We make sure that we're out there just enjoying each other's company and yeah, once we believe and trust in one another, I think anything's possible.
It's been a superstar team with yourself, Gary Kelly, Wayne Turley. How have you guys kept that momentum going?
Yeah, one of the things we look at is trying to keep players out there stringing games together to create that momentum instead of swapping and changing. We really like the fact that Turles has been there and done it and is still playing amazing bowls and he's probably the more mature person in our team but he's just a great character. He's great to room with, he's great to tour with and yeah, just love his company and we all enjoy each other's company, which obviously helps out on the green.
Yeah, you guys look like you're having a lot of fun out there. And how have you changed your approach as you've learned the format of the Fun, Fast, Fresh Ultimate Bowls Championship?
Yeah, well, we found at Deer Park that one of the absolute keys was if one player is playing really well, you just got to keep him out there. So, look, we don't really have some secret format, but you only have to look at Deer Park where Tarrant Point were absolutely on fire and they are here again this week. So, look, we don't have any secrets. We just go out and have some fun and just back each other.
And who are you guys looking at? Who's bringing the competition this time around?
Yeah, well, Whittlesea, we got over them this morning. It was a big win, but Whittlesea seemed to be one of the teams to beat. And you can't go past, some of the big name teams with Alex Marshalls, Aron Sherriffs, and so on. But yeah, Weeper Crocs, there's some great teams. But if it's not us, I'm hoping maybe it is someone new, someone fresh, and that just keeps the interest going.
The only question remaining is, will the Dandenong Club be the victors here at the Moama Bowling Club and take out the inaugural Ultimate Bowls Championship? We're about to see if that's going to happen. Stay tuned.
Thank you, Ebony and Barrie. Hi, everyone. I'm David Tapp. Beside me in commentary is Chris Green, whom we'll hear from in just a moment. Welcome to the Moama Bowling Club. That is how the finals have progressed thus far. As mentioned earlier, the Borough Boys through to its first final in the Ultimate Bowls Championship. Semi-final number 2 today will determine whether it's Exodas or Dandenong Club that will go through. We certainly have 4 of the best players in the world about to unleash their prowess on the carpet. Before doing so, let's look back at the highlights of semi-final 1. Wilson from the Altona Bowling Club won the Victorian State Triples way back in 2011 and then followed up with victory again in 2012. Look at this.
And another shot to the highlight reel. Down for the jack. High fives there with the boys. Towards the intersectional play and right now, quarters and now the semi-finals. Everyone knows they're up and about, the Borough Boys.
Fantastic vision here too. The steady cam camera, you can see there, top right-hand corner. Bringing a brand new perspective to bowls. That's the elevated shot.
Good shot there, Ryan Bester. If you can get down to the jack here, really just cover it up.
Expert comments from Chris Green. With me in commentary. And this is looking good. Really good.
Here we go. 3 points for the toucher, 3 for the crossover, 6 in total. Extends their lead. Well, gives them a lead now. They move along to 30. It is going to be big weight. Big weight here. Nathan Wilson. He's in the area. Has he got the result? He has got the result. Even he's pushed his own through.
Silver medalist at the 2018 Commonwealth Games.
The boys are still watching it. They're willing it to drop. Needs the gap. He slid. Wow.
The Borough boys advance to the final. You're watching coverage of the third and final round in the 2019 Ultimate Bowls Championship. Our coverage proudly presented by Ryman Healthcare, Sports Centre, Aero Bowls and the Moama Bowling Club. As mentioned, Chris Green beside me in commentary as we welcome you back to the Moama Bowling Club, the final round of the Ultimate Bowls Championship. Chris, this will be an absolute screamer.
Yes, Tappy, loving the atmosphere here at Moama, and look at these two players, Barrie Lester, Gary Kelly. What a formidable duo they have been throughout the whole UBC in 2019. Up against Aron, Sherriff and Nathan Rice. Team Exodas, they're really finding their form here at the pointy end of Event 3. Two of Australia's greats up against two of the UBC greats in Lester and Kelly. We've seen them do it in Event 1 champions. Event 2 runners-up. Will Exodus knock them off before they reach their third final for UBC?
Georgia White also joining us in commentary. We'll hear from her with player interviews a little bit later. Fine bowler in her own right, Georgia. And Nathan Rice, the first to get us underway, representing Team Exodus. Not a lot he hasn't achieved in the game. And the first end of 5. Big prize up for grab here, or up for grabs rather. A berth in the final. Gary Kelly, it could be argued, Chris, has been the form player of the entire tournament so far.
Yeah, there's been plenty of form players, but he's definitely right at the top there. The big thing here for Exodus will be this first end. We know what Dandenong are like, scoring big numbers on the first end, and from there they seem to just sail away a little bit and control the match. But Exodus, all in front of them here. Can they reach their first final?
In reality, Dandenong Club give you nothing. So a good start here is paramount for Team Exodus.
And your backs are always up against the wall when you're playing against Dandenong. Barrie Lester, male bowler of the year, 2016 and 17. That's a top-ranked Australian male player. A big effort that from Barrie Lester. We know he's been in fine form over the last couple of years.
Well, of course, the other player on the rink, Aron Sherriff, obviously representing Team Exodus. You can see him at top of screen. He's been the international bowler of the year a couple of times. So no shortage of hardware.
Yeah, he pretty much owns that award, Omar. He actually won it opposed to Barrie Lester in 2019. All 4 of these players, great international players, top level players on the world stage. Big start here. Nathan Rice first bowl, that will be the shot at the moment. Opportunity here, still both sides can get back to the jack here for Barrie Lester. Put some points on the scoreboard.
Our television pictures being screened in 25 countries around the world, so nice to have you with us wherever you're watching. The final round, the third and final round of the inaugural Ultimate Bowls Championship. $500,000 prize money. Richest tournament in the world.
Yeah, for those tuning in for the first time today, plenty of points on offer. 3 points you'll see bottom left of screen there for Exodus, and that's courtesy of shot at the crossover when the leads finish their bowls. And then at the conclusion of end, there is 18 points up on offer. 10 points rather for the first shot, 5 points for the second shot, and 3 points for the third. You get any toucher at any stage of an end, and you get a further 3 points. Plenty of points on offer here at the UBC.
So the man affectionately known as Omar, delivering another bowl, has been a gargantuan in the sport over the last 5 years. One of the really genuine big names. A product of the Central Coast in New South Wales. Focus of Gary Kelly. If there's a player that has produced the big shot when required in this championship, that's been Gary, hasn't it?
100%. Speaking of Aron, coming from Central Coast now up at Helensvale, Gary Kelly, Northern Irish lad, and now he resides at Warilla. So two of the greats moving to some of the powerhouse clubs in Australia. Aron Sherriff here just looking to get down to the bowl. That's what Lurchie was hoping for, it to just die a touch there to get down. So it looks like first shot to Exodas at the moment, second and third shot to Dandenong. It's big for Team Exodus if they can hold on here and grab the first end. But as we know, Gary Kelly, the bowls he delivers. Look at this final bowl. A toucher and the shot.
Wow. I was about to say it's been a relatively tame start, but Gary Kelly just remedied that. So 3 apiece.
And you'll see on the screen down there, bottom left, first shot to Dandenong. You see blue and orange for 2 and 3. That is a measure for second and third shot. And Sherriff under the line here on the backhand, just looking to get down to that jack and just crush it back to his own 3 there.
This one. Yep.
Okay, Barrie Lester indicating just 1, so that'll be second shot to Exodus. Third shot there to Dandenong. Gary Kelly looking to add, same as his last, if he can get down to his own bowl, he'll likely make it 3. He likes it. Barrie Lester, though, he's holding back. Generally, if both boys are up and about in the head, the bowl is very close.
Yeah, Barrie not as animated as we've seen him.
We've seen plenty of animations from Baz as well.
He wrote the book on it.
Okay, they're going to grab the tape here. It's great to see. Smith and Arona, our marker for this semi-final number 2 here, UBC3 at Moama. Good to see the boys getting down there and doing the measuring.
Beautiful facility here in Moama.
Yeah, the crowds are definitely packing in. We've got the grandstand on one side. We've got corporate 2 levels on the other side of the rink. So everyone's jammed around this TV rink here.
And this venue will once again host the finale of the Ultimate Bowls Championship in 2020 in December. The 2020 event getting underway at Deer Park in Melbourne, April 2 and 3. Replay of Gary Kelly and of course his teammate Barrie Lester urging it on, and the toucher was the result. As you look at Gary's nonchalant reaction, but the crowd were not nonchalant. Not by a long way. We'll take a break. More to come in just a moment.
Okay, we'll start with you, Tash. Who's the hottest male movie star of the present era?
Oh, I don't really watch movies, to be honest, so I don't have one. Yeah, let's just roll with Brad Pitt.
What's your favourite colour then? Do you know that one?
Pink, absolutely. Yeah.
What about yourself, Tash? What's your favourite food?
Cheese and bacon rolls.
Really?
Yep.
As an elite athlete, I find that not that healthy.
Look, it's not about how healthy it is, it's just about how good it is.
Moderation.
That's right.
If you could be an elite sports person in any genre, if the sky was the limit and you could be anyone at all, who would it be?
Any athlete? Roger Federer, absolutely.
Everyone's saying Roger Federer. Everyone's saying Roger Federer. Can you give me someone different?
I would go Ronda Rousey, UFC fighter.
I didn't know you were a UFC fan.
I love it. She is a true blue athlete.
What's the most annoying thing in the world?
Politically incorrect or people that don't blinker.
People that don't blink.
No, blinker when you're driving. People
Oh,
that don't.
I thought you said people that don't blink.
No, I'd hope people would blink.
That would be frustrating though, wouldn't it? When you're talking to someone that never blinks.
Yeah, it'd be a little creepy.
If you could invite Tash 3 people over for dinner, any 3 people in the world, who would they be?
Barack Obama, the Queen, and Lisa.
I feel like I'm like the epitome of that crowd. It's just
Why is
the
that?
classiest.
You'd be the classiest out of that crowd?
Absolutely.
I couldn't agree more, really. If you were to be a politician, is there anyone you'd particularly base your style on?
John Howard.
The hairdo?
His eyebrows.
They are very cool, aren't they?
They're super out there.
Actually, I saw a guy with a moustache the other day, and I said to him, your moustache looks like an eyebrow that's come down for a drink. Have you ever seen that in your life?
No, I have not, but I rate my mustache pretty highly.
Can I see that again, please?
Good to have your company. Welcome back to the Moama Bowling Club. We await the start of the second in this vital match, the second semi-final, to determine which team will face the Burrow Boys, the Port Melbourne Burrow Boys, in the final. That you'll see on next week's program right here in the same time slot. Don't miss it. Dandenong here, meanwhile, leading by 16 points to 8.
Yeah, two of the things you can almost be guaranteed with a first end when you see Dandenong playing is a lead after the first end, and Gary Kelly playing a big bowl, which he did with his second bowl. The end he drew toucher and the shot, so it stayed as shots. It was worth 10 points. The toucher also 3 points there, and the other 3 points courtesy of their third shot bowl. Exodus, they got the 3 points at the crossover and 5 points for the second shot. They'll be looking to bounce back here. It is only 8 points, and there is plenty of points on offer.
Good start to this end by Dandenong Club. Barrie Lester delivering a game. Now, Team Exodas looking for the same, and it works out that way.
I reckon this is going to be an absolute great battle between these two great mates. In 2006, they were actually the Australian combo for the Commonwealth Games pairs. They walked away with a bronze medal that year. So these boys, they know each other's games. And Barry was the lead there, and Lurch was the skip. So let's see if Nathan Rice can get one over Baz here. Another good bowl, really good weight. Give himself the opportunity there. Trail the jack, land the bowl.
When you've got two guys, or for that matter, it can be two women, on top of their game, it's just like that ultimate, I guess, slipstream effect, to use a motor racing expression. You drag each other along, and they're just playing with such confidence, Lester and Kelly. It's almost lethal to watch.
Yeah, well, you're just going to wait and see, because if Rice and Sherriff can get on that same page as well, watch out, there'll be fireworks. As we've seen here, these first 4 bowls of this second end, semi-final number 2, just outstanding.
26 teams to contest the upcoming 2020 Ultimate Bowls Championship.
Well, Baz likes this. He's going to hold. He does. He holds for the bowl. He would love the jack, but he still gets a shot there, and a really good end. A really good end of 3 bowls. High five from the boys.
Not too shabby. 5-point margin at the present time.
Look at this. Omar's watching it. Lurch is chasing it. Didn't get down to the bowl as well. He does. What a shot, Nathan Rice.
Fantastic bowls, and the crowd react accordingly.
Tell you what, you won't see much of a better end there from 2 leads. It was shot for shot there. Really good bowls from the boys. As you see in this, their last bowl, their 3rd bowl each, they converted. And it just shows you the ability of these players. They're not just leads, they can play them all.
So Gary Kelly on the mat. Winner of the World Cup in 2019. Indoor venue at Warilla, where it all happened for him.
Yeah, where he now calls home. He'll be back there 2020, event number 2. Deer Park and Warilla swapped around there. Events 1 and 2. And Sherriff looking to get down here.
Looking very businesslike, isn't he? You'd expect nothing less.
What a good shot, Aron Sherriff. Probably see Gary Kelly maybe change over here. We might even get a little bit of pace behind this. We do know he loves attacking. He is attacking. Big weight here, Gary Kelly. He misses the target. He removes his own last bowl. Currently, Exodus holding the ultimate end. Whether we'll see Aron Sherriff go around the back here to the respot. We do know if the jack goes out of bounds or over the bank and hits the backboard, then it goes back on the respot mark.
So Aron goes for a walk.
Yeah,
Been a great end for them. Sorry, Chris.
No, it is a good shot, and as you said, it has been a great end for them. And it has been set up from Nathan Rice. Big weight again here. Gary Kelly looks to be under the line this time. Oh, he is. Really unlike Kelly, we know he plays big bowls and big runners, often gets contact and results. Currently first, second and third here, so it will be an ultimate end for Exodas. Aron Sherriff has a last bowl here. He can get more points, courtesy of a touch, excuse me.
Gee, if nothing else, Gary Kelly proving he's human. Now, Aron Sherriff, his turn again. They're forming a lethal combo, he and Rice.
And look at that scoreboard, Tappy. 32-16 now after that big end from Exodus. You'll see a replay here. Barrie Lester, what a start it was. That was his conversion with his third bowl. Gary Kelly loved it, Barrie Lester loved it, but what was to follow was even bigger from Team Exodus and Nathan Rice, as we see Aron Sherriff willing it in here, gets the edge of the bowl and sets it right up for the skips to come and ply their trade. It was Aron Sherriff, though, who drew down. Gary Kelly missing tight and wide. I hope you're enjoying all the action from here at Moama.
Thanks, Greenie. As the bowlers get set to play the next end, we'll take a quick break. Plenty more from the Ultimate Bowls Championship right after this.
You're watching coverage of the third and final round in the 2019 Ultimate Bowls Championship. Our coverage proudly presented by Ryman Healthcare, Sports Centre, Aero Bowls and the Moama Bowling Club.
Thanks for joining us wherever you're watching our coverage of the Ultimate Bowls Championship. Wonderful aerial shot as we welcome you back to this incredible facility at Moama, located on the New South Wales Victorian border. And you can see the corporate boxes are full, crowd building in anticipation of the final, which you'll see on next week's show. If you've just joined our coverage, the Port Melbourne Borough boys are already through to the final. And at the moment, they may be playing Team Exodus next week.
Yeah, Dandenong are vying for their third final in a row, but standing in front of them is Exodus. And after the last end that was produced by Nathan Rice, setting it up for Aron Sherriff, they're going to be hard to beat. Little opportunity here for Dandenong though. End number 3, Nathan Rice has come up short with his first bowl. Plenty of room here, too much room for Barrie Lester.
Barrie watchful. Acclamation from his teammate. Solid start. So Nathan Rice, multiple silver medalists at the Commonwealth Games in 2018. Unflappable character, isn't he?
Yeah, and the interesting thing about those 2 silver medals was what a great shot there, Nathan Rice. Barrie Lester was also 2-time silver medalist. Both these boys playing
That you played a major role into, along with Mark Casey, organising the bowl side of the Commonwealth Games. Got to be a career highlight for you.
It was big. It was great. It was really good to see an event up close, such as the Commonwealth Games, but also see the players playing the ability they've got, and giving it their all after all the training and hard work they put in.
Another great shot here. We are well and truly at the business end of proceedings now in this second semi-final. Third end of 5.
And so those 2 medals came the triples and 4s. And the other man on this rink that was with the boys was actually Aron Sherriff. So there's 3 of those boys who played all the events together.
Of course, the host venue for the bowls, the Common Games, Broadbeach. And speaking of Broadbeach, we've seen the Broadbeach Bulls in the inaugural UBC in 2020. The team rebranded, new owners, becoming the Broadbeach Lions.
Yeah, we do thank Mr. Yee and all of his support for the UBC. Another one of Mr. Yee's franchises. It'll be interesting to see the Broadbeach Lions. Great camera angle there. Barrie Lester has Blessed Wines on the back of his shirt, along with Ryman Healthcare. Well, he's just got the edge of the shot bowl of Nathan Rice. So it'll be a further 3 points here for Exodus. They'll move along 35-16. Not everything going the way for Dandenong Club here. Big opportunity for Exodus. If they can score some further points on this end and just extend that gap, there's only 2 ends after this.
Great camera work around the head by virtue of the Steadicam unit. One of the real innovations in the production of the Ultimate Bowls Championship.
Aron Sherriff once again. Can he get down to that jack? No, but what a shot. You can't get any closer without getting a touch out.
How good is the quality here, Chris?
Oh, you'd expect it. These 4 guys, they're all on the top of their game. Gary Kelly. Well, Nathan Rice was giving a little bit of a clap there. He's got down to the second shot and also the jack. So 3 points there for Dandenong Club. A big turnaround. Great bowl there, Gary Kelly.
Gary, of course, from Northern Ireland, born in May of 1989. He nominates Chinese food as his favourite dish. Chris?
Yeah, Gaz doesn't mind a bit of a feed, so I'm sure...
Doesn't mind a chicken chow, mate?
Yeah, I'm sure he likes a little bit of Chinese feed. Especially at Warilla, they've got a really good eatery down there, so I'm sure there's plenty of choices. The big Gaz, but back here at Moama, he'll be looking to draw down his backhand following his first great shot, the toucher. Yeah, just a bit high there, but still there. Let's see what can happen next. Because currently they're holding first and third. Much needed points too, currently trailing by 16. But that man on screen, Aron Sherriff, from what he's already delivered this match, would be no surprise to see a change up here.
Gary Kelly not happy with himself. You can see him shaking his head in the background. Played a few shots over the last couple of ends. Well, let's call them uncharacteristic. And he's certainly wearing his heart on his sleeve out there.
He does. He has such great passion. Big Gaz, he never leaves anything behind either. He leaves it all on the rink.
Very close. Draw touch up.
Well, he can change it all up here, change all the momentum. Last bowl, end number 3. The halfway mark is almost complete here. And he looks to be high line again because he's trying to wave it in.
Body language suggests he's not happy.
Now this third shot will be very interesting here. So first and second shots have already been claimed. First away to Dandenong, second to Exodus. So currently there's a 5-point margin here for the way of Dandenong that they're going to improve on. However, if they were to drop this third shot, it'll only go back to 2 points. Or they can extend it, make it 8, really cut into the difference. So it will be first and third there for Dandenong as we see the margin, just 8 points.
Expert comments from Chris Green in commentary as we look at a montage of Gary Kelly, who he's finding it just a little testing out there at the moment by his incredibly lofty standards. This is the Ultimate Bowls Championship.
Team Exodus and the Dandenong Club are keeping each other on their toes in this final. We can't wait to see how this one plays out when we return with more from the Ultimate Bowls Championship.
You're watching coverage of the third and final round in the 2019 Ultimate Bowls Championship. Our coverage proudly presented by Ryman Healthcare, Sports Centre, Aero Bowls and the Moama Bowling Club.
The fourth end is imminent in the second semi-final, Ultimate Bowls Championship, round 3. Moama Bowls Club. And some very good players in the stands watching on here as Barrie Lester and Gary Kelly represent Dandenong Club, Nathan Rice and Aron Sherriff representing Team Exodus, and the latter doing a stunning job here.
Yeah, we expected fireworks, and these 4 players are all lighting the fuse as we watch them here. Dandenong 8 behind, Barrie Lester, really good start. Exodus have just been playing a couple of big bowls. This man on screen, Nathan Rice, has been leading really well, stamping a bit of authority. Uncharted ground here for Dandenong.
Absolutely.
Once again, great start there, Nathan Rice. You won't see much of a change here from Barrie Lester. He'll be keeping that weight, if not a touch more. He can drag that jack around the corner, as we know, and he touches 3 points, even if he lands on his own. One thing he doesn't want to be doing is falling short.
So an 8-point margin. But that could change quickly, as we know. Penultimate end of this second semi-final.
As we see the Aron Sherriff on screen, just asking Nathan Rice, just play that yard through. Lands the bowl, trails the jack would be the ultimate goal here. Just willing it to stay high here is Aron. He's going to get his own. That's very good because it still opens it up so he can play it on either hand now. He's got the bowl past the jack. Once again, what a display of leading we are seeing here from these two men.
Player on screen, Barrie Lester. His nickname is Snelly.
Yeah, after the great John Snell.
Started playing bowls at the age of 14. Broke his arm playing football and decided on a new sport. And what a good decision it has been.
And he hasn't aged a day, has he?
No, you think he still looks 14?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big shot here, Nathan Rice. He gets the jack, toucher. Jack's out of bound, his toucher goes into the ditch. Unfortunately, he gets his own back bowl, but a really good shot there. That's the beauty of this event. We've got skips who are playing lead, and they're playing the big shots when is needed. Plenty of room here now. Just a bit of a singles match. 3-bowl singles between Kelly and Sherriff.
I'll watch any kind of thing involving Kelly and Sherriff. Any scenario, any format. This is the best format in the world. The Ultimate Bowls Championship.
See the bottom left of your screen there, that margin's pushed out once again to 14 points. So it was 8 points at the start of this end, courtesy of that last bowl, which was a toucher and also a hold shot, which moved along to 46-32.
A reminder, you can see the final right here in the same time slot next week. Port Melbourne Borough boys to face the winner of this game.
Right, the boys are looking here. Must be looking to see who's shot.
I'll get a measure.
Well, this is going to be interesting. So what's happened here is one of the players has obviously said who was shot at the crossover, and now they're rethinking it because obviously it is crucial. We just spoke about it. 3 points to Exodas instead of Dandenong. Let's wait and see. So this is something you won't normally see, and that's a measure after a bowl's been put down and halfway through an end. But they were right, so the score will remain 46-32. Dandenong now holding shot courtesy of Gary Kelly's first bowl.
Big smile from Aron Sherriff on the mat. They've been fantastic this evening.
They're just missing there, but look, really good siders. It's going to be very interesting to see these boys tune in on that jack. Their first two bowls, one each, very close. They found the line, found the weight. Let's see what they can deliver now. It really is a big end for both sides. Just one end remaining after this. 14 already the margin. If Exodus can score more points, it'll go a long way to them pushing through to the final. Dandenong, though, they need points to keep their fire going.
Yeah, it's a bit early to call it just yet, but it is looking a little ominous for Dandenong Club, who are not used to being in this situation.
It's pretty close here, Aron with his weight. And he is. Looks to be the shot. It is the shot. Nathan Rice. One finger in the hand. And then high five for his skipper, Aron Sherriff.
Don't forget, April 2 and 3, it all gets underway in 2020. Round 1 at Deer Park in Melbourne.
Gaz needs shot here. Really needs to get down. Not much reaction here from Baz. Can he get a result off that bowl? Just needed half it and to flop back in. We've still got second and third shots, so currently that's worth 8 points. And the one shot to Exodus is worth 10. So just it'll be a further 2 points to the extension of the lead. But if Aron Sherriff can deliver here, which I'll back him in. Just stick with that weight. If he can draw a second shot here, it'll be 15 points. Move him along to 61. And Dandenong will only grab 3 points for third shot. What do we got? The boys are willing it in. They're willing it in all the way. Grabs onto that last shot roll there, and it is first and second shot, 15 points, and look at that scoreboard. The scoreboard pressure there delivered from this man, Aron Sherriff. Plenty of action, and there's plenty of families in the crowd.
I'm here with Turles, and he's got his hands full down here at the corner. He's trying to support the Dandenong Club, but I'm here with Ruby and Kaylee, and we're watching closely the game. Any advice for the boys today?
Oh, we're struggling at the moment. I think Lurch and Omar have been pretty good the last couple of minutes. I think we're struggling a little bit this last inning. You never know what can happen in this format, so we might be able to pull it out, but it doesn't look likely.
And did you want to say hello to Greenie in the box there? Hello. Wave, say hello.
Good to have you with us. Welcome back. The final in the second semi-final. It's looking as though Team Exodas, comprising Nathan Rice and Aron Sherriff, are advancing to the big dance, Chris Green, against the Port Melbourne Borough boys in the final.
Yeah, Exodus have got a stranglehold on this one, 61-35. It is still possible, but Dandenong pretty much need touches with every bowl. They need to be holding shot the crossover and need the ultimate end. And on top of that, they need Exodus to stay away from the jack, and that is one thing they have not been doing this match. Nathan Rice leading up superbly, Aron Sherriff delivering the goods when needed.
So here's Nathan Rice again. He's been sublime in this game. Indeed, right throughout the third round here in Moama. So, should they lose this game, and it's looking like that's a distinct possibility, it'll be the first time Dandenong Club has not featured in the final of an Ultimate Bowls Championship round. Not too shabby being a semi-final, so is it?
No, and look, a lot of credit's got to go to Dandenong Club, their players Barrie Lester, Gary Kelly and Wayne Turley for the efforts they've put in for this first year of the UBC, jumping on supporting the concept. And
irrespective, they're very much in the hunt to be crowned Ultimate Team at the conclusion of festivities.
Yeah, spot on, Tappy. I think this clinches it for them, this result getting through to the semi-final, because heading into Event 3, Dandenong were on top. The Point and Streaky Bay were equal second, as we saw Streaky Bay missing out on the finals, and the Point defeating the quarterfinals. So Dandenong, they will clinch the Ultimate Team, and an extra $50,000 for their efforts.
Are you surprised about the way the second semi-final has played out? I mean, to look at that scoreline, I wouldn't have thought that would be possible.
No, well, anything's possible with the UBC, as we know. But look, absolutely. You look at the four players, and you would have thought probably a little bit closer. I think we've just seen a couple of misses from Kelly and a couple of conversions from Sherriff. The leads have been very tight. Rice and Lester. Rice probably just a bit on top for a couple of his last bowls there. So look, it is only just a couple of bowls here and there, but that score, the margin, it's quite large.
As the battle continues in the final in, Northern Ireland's Gary Kelly in action again. He's been frustrated in this match.
He's watching it. He's going to get down for the jack. He does. Well, okay. This opens the door a little bit, because that'll be a further 3 points and move him along to 41. The margin now is just 20 points. So 18 points for an ultimate end. So Kelly will need another toucher and the ultimate end. And Aron Sherriff, well, he'll have to trip over or something, because there is plenty of room here.
Massive assignment for the Dandenong Club, given the way Exodus are playing.
Just his energy too from the boys. Look, we're used to seeing it from the Dandenong Club, but Nathan Rice and Aron Sherriff, the energy and just what they've been giving each other throughout the match, they've been feeding off each other, and they've been loving it.
I've got to say one thing about Omar, Chris. This is a scoop for you. He's got the biggest calf muscles in the history of bowls. He's got legs a rhinoceros would be happy with.
Well, him and Wayne Rudiger, they have battles, I think. They have little competitions. Jack here for Kelly. He's looking for the jack. He gets the jack. So that's a further 3 points. Well, look at this. Jack goes back to the respot. So who's got shot on the respot? It's going to be very interesting to see. We'll add 3 points there to Dandenong. That margin just 17. Can they pull this off? Can they? Winners event 1, runners up event 2. Here in the semi-final, they are just not giving up. Aron Sherriff, can he get down here? He does. Look, he just provides the goods, doesn't he?
He's just put the pressure back on again.
There's an opportunity here. Okay, he's going to be looking to land the bowl here.
We thought Exodas may have an unassailable lead. Here we go.
Just shows with the UBC, it's never over. He's going to get down here. Well, Barrie Lester's, he's just sort of holding back a bit. Generally, he'd be down on the ground there if he knew what was going on. Gary Kelly, a little bit set there, but look, at the end of the day, what a performance it has been from Kelly, Lester and Turley this year in the UBC. But now, we'll head down to the green with the winners.
Thanks, Chris. I am here with Exodus. They've booked their spot in the final against the Borough boys. And what a thrilling match once again, going right down to the very last bowl. Talk us through that last end.
Yeah, it was quite interesting, actually. Gary played a couple of real good ones, got the jack make 3, needed another toucher, got that. I think we were 2, maybe 3 down on the spot, so I just had to sort of throw it up there and hope that he missed with his last and sort of eventuated.
And assuming that you'll be leading against Barrie in the final, is there any tactics you'll be looking to use in the game?
No, just keep doing what I'm doing, give him a bowl a chance and let Bugger Lugs here do his magic.
Thanks very much, Nathan Rice, and to Georgia down there, and of course, Aron Sherriff as well. So the finals chart is now complete. It is the Borough boys from Port Melbourne to face Team Exodus. That will be a game for the ages, and you'll see it next week right here in the same time slot. And bring it on, Chris Green, that's all I can say.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be an absolute highlight reel. We've seen the Borough boys this event. They've really come into it being the party boys and Team Exodus. You just saw that performance then from Rice and Sherriff. If they can do that once again, they're going to be hard to beat. But the beauty is we're going to have a new champion for the UBC in Event 3 here at Moama. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, next week, plenty more action right here from Moama, the UBC.